Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Taste of Reality. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind Season 2, Episode 5. What? Okay, go get it. It's gonna be a long day of filming. Oh my gosh. I want to do an episode, a review rather, on the people that we didn't get to see and alternative storylines I wish we would have explored. So look out for that video. But this is going to be a review on episode 5. So as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. So we left off with the mixer and Nick looking for all the goss. And when he gets back to Danielle, he's quick to share. Okay, good job. He's quick to share everything that happened, right? And like, I don't know with her what the issue is, but she's feeling like he had eyes for other women when he really didn't.
You watched it?
Yeah. Well, I watched part of it.
Oh, I was talking to the girl about capitalism.
Yeah, I saw that. I sat in the closet. I locked the door. I shut this, and I sat in the closet and cried.
But you're acting mad at me, and you're being toxic, and you gotta stop. And you have to start being
I'm not
see this.
Like, I'm not mad
No,
about something.
Stop. Let me finish, please.
You're not making the active effort to stop the toxicity.
What did I tell you guys about having two sensitive people? When you bring in two individuals who are hypersensitive, you read into things, you overthink, you jump to conclusions, you assume, and that's exactly what's happening here. The preview for what's going on in the rest of the season seems like they're really gonna come to blows. You need a balance. You need a balance. I can't be high emotion and you're high emotion. We need somebody who's low so we can balance. They're not gonna work, you guys. They're not gonna work. If they do work, that's fine. That's great. They're the anomaly. I said what I said. Her issue was that she thought he was scoping out the other women because of her body issues. And I'm like, I understand her storyline. I do. But it's the storyline we've been seeing throughout the show with all the women who are either bigger or were bigger. It's like their weight became their personality. She has that problem with body dysmorphia. Deepti has a problem with body dysmorphia. And two of the other bigger women who were cast, anytime we saw them on screen, they were being talked about in like a negative way as if like the bigger girl couldn't be desired. And I'm just like, Netflix, come on. Can we have a different angle, please? Like, I almost feel like they made weight there. I don't know if that's Netflix's editing or if the women truly feel like their weight is their personality. But girl, I'm a big girl too, but you don't hear me talking about it every day. Okay? We need to gain some confidence. We need to gain some self-love and not project on people who didn't induce these insecurities. Okay? Come on. Moving on to Sal and Mallory. Sal has a conversation with her and she tries to reassure him that she's still all in. She's in this for the long haul.
I know we've hit like a couple little bumps and I just wanted to apologize because I know I just misunderstood. I don't feel like you meant
On the
like
same
call me
page.
out. I know you call me out already.
Oh, I'll call you out.
She shares that Jared is her typical type, so maybe that's why, you know, they were vibing and stuff, but she's here for Sal, and maybe she means it, but I've yet to believe it, okay? And Jared was talking to Ayanna, and they're also debriefing, right? And she finds out that Jared actually has some boundary issues.
I'm not a big fan of burning bridges because you never know.
Why do you call it burning bridges, though? I just call it
never,
boundaries.
No,
I call it boundaries.
There's definitely boundaries within exes, but it's also like you never know who you're gonna need down the line. So
You
say
won't
this
need an
person
ex.
So when he's talking about his exes, he claims that his exes would know that he's married and that he wouldn't entertain them because he's married and that he doesn't talk to them every single day. But he does plan on keeping the lines of communication open. And I'm like, so that's why you were very chummy with Mallory, because to you, you can keep the doors open even if you're in a relationship. Again, I say to Ayanna, girl, you better run. So the couples meet up on the beach. I think they were playing volleyball, if I remember. When you binge something, it's so hard to remember what happened when and where. But the Mallory Jarrett situation is still on people's mind.
Was it awkward?
Yeah, it was awkward. It was a little awkward. It was a little like, it was just so much all at once, you know. I'm overwhelmed.
So while Natalie is collecting that drama, she's collecting all the tea, okay? And she learns that Shake really isn't into Deep D in the way that Deep D thinks. Later on, you see Deep D and Shake having a conversation about future plans, like children, marriage, blah, 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 all that stuff. And for a split second, I'm like, you know what? His disposition is changing. Maybe he's proving us wrong.
I don't know that I took part in this experiment looking for what I have right now, which is an amazing, amazing supportive woman who's kind of there for me. It's not like this lusty physical relationship like I've had in the past or looked for, but I think this could be exactly what I need.
The reason why it's hard for me to fully get on the train that he has changed is because he says one thing to Deep D and another thing to everyone else. Every single person. I don't know why not a one person has sat down with Deep D and said, so where are y'all really at? Have y'all really had these conversations? Like, not airing out their business, but just to kind of plant a seed in her to be a little bit more inquisitive, to be a little bit more aware of what's really going on in her situation, because she seems swept up in the romance of it all while he's not fully in it. And I need her to come to her senses, man. I really do need her to come to her senses. Moving on to Shane and Natalie. If you remember in the pods, Shane would be so frustrated with Natalie because he was like, you need so much reassurance. I can only reassure you so much, blah, 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 blah. Outside of the pods, it's Shane that needs the reassurance.
You don't brag about your purses, your coats. You brag about how a guy treats you. That's something you should brag about.
I just show my love differently. I think you have such high expectations. Yeah, I'm not about PDA. I'm not gonna always be super affectionate with you.
I didn't ask that question.
My, how the tables have turned, Shane. How the tables have turned. And even though I understand where he's coming from, I cannot sympathize with him because of how he treated Natalie in the beginning. And how he's about to treat Natalie in the rest of the season. Can't do it. Speaking of needy, here is Kyle back in the frame. I thought we were done with them. Turns out we're not. He is determined to make Shayna fall for him, and he follows her back home. Of course, they're all from Chicago, but he follows her back home, and he's like, let's see if we can work things out.
I want to stay true to my core and my beliefs.
But we can work on that. I'm willing to compromise on so much other shit that I normally wouldn't because there's so much I love about you.
I also see where she's coming from. Listen, Shane and Shayna make good points, but they just make bad decisions. So it's hard for me to be on their side. Shayna could have rejected the proposal. Again, it's not compulsory. It is not compulsory. And so you can't be somebody who's already been engaged and has had to end that engagement because of, you knew you made the wrong choice. And now you're repeating the same thing and you want sympathy from who? Not from me. Probably not from y'all. Sympathy is not coming, baby. It is not coming. I know everybody keeps calling her the Jessica of this season. And yeah, she's the one. So the episode ends with Mallory and Salvador yet again. She's still trying to convince him that and I'm like, girl, if you really got to convince him this much, is it there? And even for Sal, if she has to keep telling you, it's you, it's you, it's you, and you don't feel it, isn't there a problem? She shares that her hesitancy was the fact that every other woman got the ring that they wanted, and she didn't.
I didn't know about the ring. I didn't know that it had actually affected you like that.
I love my ring. It's beautiful, and I love it. I didn't make a big deal about it because it isn't. But I think I got a little bit in my head with that comment and feeling a little slated.
Now, this is how I know Jarrett knew exactly what he was doing. He knew if I make this comment, she's going to hold on to it. And sure enough, she has held on to it. She also shared before, I don't know in the last episode if I put the clip in or not, but she had said her hesitancy for picking Jarrett was that his type doesn't show her that she's beautiful, doesn't emphasize that she's a bad bitch. Those are her words, not mine. And he's like, but I would have. But I would have. And so now that she has seen that aesthetically he is what she goes for, emotionally he's reassuring her that he would have given her what she wanted, she's going into overdrive, trying to overcompensate for the relationship with her and Sal, and it's looking fake. I was trying to find a better word, but fake. That's all I can say. The rest of the season is airing like in a day or two. So give me the same grace. It's going to take me a couple days to get these videos out. I'm going to try my best. But we're going to have a live on Tuesday. It's looking like it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'm also going to drop a video Tuesday talking about all the other people I would have liked to see on the show. So as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.